Hey guys, this is Mr. H. I am going to do question 21 from the final Algebra 1 review packet. And it's a word problem, and it's going to be a system of equations, or in this case, inequalities. Most of the time when they give you a word problem, it's usually a system of linear equations. Occasionally, they will give you a system of linear inequalities. This question is a system of linear inequalities. And I'm going to come up with the equations. In this case, we're going to graph it, and then we're going to look for where a solution would be. All right, so it says Sarah earns $6 per hour. That's an important fact, babysitting, and she earns $12 per hour tutoring. Her goal is to earn at least. That word is what makes it an inequality, at least $120 per week, right? And then Sarah is allowed to work a maximum of 14 hours per week, okay? So those two words, at least and maximum, that's why this is considered a linear inequality and not a linear equation, okay? She can earn more than 120, but she has to earn at least 120. She can work up to 14 hours, so she can work less than 14 hours, but she just can't go over 14. That's why this is a linear inequality and not a linear equation. And it says that X represents the number of hours that, so X is the number of hours that she babysits. So I'm going to say baby, right? And then Y is the number of hours that she tutors, right? Now, you know we're going to need two linear inequalities. So, and one. So you see this is $120. So we know it has to be, she has to earn at least. So it's got to be greater than or equal to 120, right? She can't earn less than 120. She can earn 120 or more than 120. Now, you know we got to use the X and the Y. So babysitting is $6. So this is going to be 6X. By the way, I'm going to put the dollar sign so you guys can see how these go together. And then we got $12 for tutoring. So that's our first inequality. 6X plus 12Y is greater than or equal to 120. Now, our next one, the units are just hours. So we know that she can only work 14 hours max. So this is going to be X plus Y has to be less than or equal to 14. She can work less than 14 hours. She just can't go over 14. That's why it's less than or equal to. Now, this is just the system of linear inequalities. It's going to have a Superman area. We're going to have a Superman S area, and that's where our solutions are going to be. So all I'm going to do now is I am going to graph this using my calculator. And I'm going to enter. I'm going to make these inequalities because these are, I'm going to make this a relation because these are linear inequalities. I'm going to go 6X plus 12Y is greater than or equal to 120. And then I press enter. And I'm going to make my window. Let me show you one thing. So if you look at the graph paper, it goes from 0 to 20 hours babysitting and 0 to 20. So now I know that my graph has to be in this window. So I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to change the window to make it look like that. So I'm going to go menu, and then I'm going to go to window, and then I'm going to go to window settings, and I'm going to change this. So I'm going to make this 0 to 20 for the max number of hours babysitting, and then I'm going to go 0 to 20, the max number of hours for tutoring, and then I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to pull this over just a little bit. So that's what the graph looks like. That's the first one. Now I'm going to put in the second inequality, and it's going to just be X plus Y, the number of hours that I babysit plus the number of hours that I tutor has to be less than or equal to 14. That's what this is saying. Boom. Press enter. Now that's my graph. All right, so I'm here at school and the bell just went off. But here, this area right here is the solution set. So now I just need to take this graph and put it on my paper. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go menu 51, and I need the y-intercept. So the y-intercept of the first one is going to be, I'm going to make this blue, is going to be 0, 10. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put 0, 10 and I make it blue. And then I just need one more point. So now I'm just going to type in 1, it says 1, 9.5. I don't want that. Let's go 2, 2, 9. So 2, 9 is also a point. So I'm going to go to my iPad and I'm going to go 2, 9. So over 2, 9 right here. All right. So I got 2 points. These are both going to be solid lines because these both have equals. Both of the inequalities have equals. So I can take my ruler and I can draw the best line that I can. It's going to be 2, 9. So I'm just going to do something. Hold on 1 second. I need this to be, yeah. And now I'm just going to go 2, 9. And I'm going to do something just like this. And then I'm going to shade above it. All right, that's the first inequality. Now I'm going to change this and make it red. And then, so I'm going to go to this. And now I'm going to go up to the next one and I'm going to type in 0 because I'm still in menu 51 mode. So that's going to be 0, 14. So I can go to my graph paper now. Excuse me. And I'm going to go to 0, 14. Not good. Let me try that again. 0, 14 right there. And now I just need another point. Excuse me, on that line. So I'm just going to type in some X values. 113, that works. So I'm going to come over here. Let's do like 10. I'm going to type in 10. I want to get something over here. Yeah, 10, 4. So I can plot that point. So let me bring up my iPad. 10, 4, go over 10, up 4 is going to be right here. And then I take my ruler and I'm going to try to draw the best line that I can going through those 2 points. Boom. And my shading, just look at my shading is going to be below the line. So I'm going to go like this, pop, 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 pop. And then the Superman area is this small section in here. Okay. Now, anything in this area and or on the boundaries would be a solution. So now, since these are both solid lines, I'm just going to find the intersection. So I'm going to go menu 64, and I'm just going to come here, find the intersection. So it says if I babysit for 8 hours and tutor for 6 hours, I'm going to have enough money. So I can go here, and I want you guys to see there's a bunch of solutions, but this one is the obvious one right here. So this is 8, 6. So it says state a combination of hours of babysitting and tutoring that would satisfy. And I'm just going to say 8, 6. So 8 hours babysitting and 6 hours tutoring would get me enough money. Excuse me. And the way that I know that is I would say because it falls in the solution set. It is in the solution set. That's the thing. Now, most of the time when we're doing system of inequalities, they ask us to pick a number in the solution set and we find something. But this is a real one. Now, any number in here, any point in here, I could choose any point in here and that would be a solution. But I chose the one on the boundary. Now, the reason that I can use this is that both of these lines are going to be solid. If either one of those lines was dashed, then I couldn't use that point. But because both lines are solid, I can use 8, 6 because that's the intersection. All right. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. Now, generally, when we have word problems on the Regents, it's going to be linear equations, system of linear equations, which are a little easier. But they do occasionally have a system of linear inequalities. It's the same idea. It's just that instead of just putting lines, you're going to have to do shading, and anything in that shady, the overlap area, this Superman area, is considered a solution. All All right, I think I've kind of covered this. This is about 10 minutes, a little longer than I wanted, but hopefully this has made sense. I'm going to stop and I'm going